Coming up on this week's edition of Inside the Huddle with Saints Scholastica, we review the Saints matchup against Eureka. Get to know a crowd favorite in Duluth. Plus, the head coach takes off the headsets to give us a lesson in football. And we look ahead to preview an important week for the Saints. It's your inside look at the Saints Scholastica football program in Duluth, and it starts right now. Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Inside the Huddle with Saints Scholastica Football, a 5-week seasonal series bringing you inside the Saints football program. I'm your host, Angie Avestris, coming to you from inside the weight room on the campus of Saints Scholastica. It's always a good matchup and intense rivalry when the Saints face UMAC foe Eureka, and Saturday was no different. Former St. John's standout Todd Foltz joined head coach Kurt Ramler to break down the game and get an inside look from the head coach.
All right, congratulations, Coach Ramler. Another game, another win. 8-0 on the season now. You got to be happy with the start.
Yeah, we're pretty pleased. This was a full collective effort. Our team right now, we're firing on all cylinders. We've learned how to play great Saints football, and this was just an absolute gem of a game by our team. I believe it's the first shutout in programmatic history, which is a testament to Coach Penry, his hard work, and the full team effort.
A big win, 8-0, leaves you atop of the UMAC conference.
Yep, we're right where we wanted to be. We're sitting in position to make the playoffs. If we can take care of business each week, we got a shot. Now, we got to make sure, each week for us is a playoff game. We look at it, we kind of joke about it being a beans game. It's for all the beans. So each week, the rest of the way has as much importance to us as anything, and we took care of business.
You took care of business today, and it was a fun game to be a part of, fun game to watch. Andrew Smith, the wide receiver from Rogers, the junior, makes the acrobatic diving catch, the highlight reel catch. Tell us a little bit about that play.
Well, that got us going. It was an absolute, just stretched out. Andrew can catch anything. You can throw it near him, and he'll catch it. And it was a game. We knew he was going to have some matchups. They leave him in some situations where he's one-on-one with one of their DBs. And Andrew's a great route runner. We thought we could get him loose today, and sure enough, he got us started that way.
Blake Cedarleaf, again, the All-American, another great game. Big plays for him in the first half as you started to roll defensively, shutting down your opponent.
Yeah, I don't know how many sacks he ended up with, but if he didn't get a sack, he got to hurry. Just about every snap, their quarterback was nervous. They left him one-on-one, and he ate up their offensive line. Another great game. Special
teams, a huge part of the game. Did you know that Eureka was going to have trouble stopping your special teams today?
I don't know if we knew it, but we hope so. We got a pretty good punt return unit, pretty good kick return unit. We've been great on specials all year. We keep getting better. But our punt return unit today, we housed 2 of them. One Mitch Enoch from New London Spicer, and one Andrew Smith, you talked about, from Rogers. And towards the end of the game there, they weren't punting to us, and I think that was smart of them today. We had a great day on punt return.
It was a great win for the program. You're now 8-0, atop of the conference, basically in control of your destiny. What do you do this week now to get the team ready for your next game?
Well, I think we keep at it. Saints football, we believe we got to be the best we can be. So each week on offense, on defense, on specials, we're striving to take a step and get better. It's no different this week. We got to get better. We got a road game. We head down to Morris. They got a good squad. We know we got to play well. They're going to bring their A game, and we got to match it. And if we play as well as we can play, we'll be golden.
Well, congratulations on a great win, a great crowd again here in Duluth. It's beautiful on a Saturday night for football. Big win. Congratulations. You're 8-0 now. Good luck.
Giddy up.
Coming up, we get to know one of the Saints leaders who excels both on the field and in the classroom. Plus, get a preview of the Saints' upcoming road test. And up next, get a lesson in football from the head coach. That's next on Inside the Huddle with Saints Scholastica. Inside the Huddle is brought to you by the College of Saints Scholastica, offering personal tours for prospective students anytime, including at an open house on Sunday, November 2nd. Register at visit.css.edu.
We're here with Sister Lisa Maurer, who is the punting and kicking coach for Saints Scholastica Saints. Coach Lisa.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about kicking and punting in your position here with the Saints?
Well, I'm here to help out the guys, our kickers and punters, and so that they know they have someone to go to and that someone's looking out for them. Our guys are great, especially Mike Tyson, our All-American kicker. He's got a lot of talent, a lot of quality, and he's a great young man to work with.
It's got to be special to work with an All-American.
It is.
Does he have an All-American personality to go with that?
Definitely. He is a top-notch young man, and I'm just very proud of him. And he's a great guy to work with and a great guy just to be around and to experience football with him and through him. It's awesome.
This is your first year coaching with the Saints. Coach Ramler came here and sought you out knowing that you were a huge football fan. Tell us a little bit about how that conversation went.
Well, he knew I was a great football fan because the practice field is right behind the monastery, so I would often just go up and watch practice. And Coach, I think, was kind of thinking, well, if you're going to be around at practice, I'm going to put you to work. And had great conversations about Coach, about his background with our Benedictine values and how that's just such a great fit with who and what we are as Benedictine sisters. So I really appreciate getting that opportunity.
Welcome back to Inside the Huddle with St. Scholastica. From Duluth, Minnesota, I'm your host, Angie Avestris. Each episode here on the show, we bring you inside the Saints football program to see the game through the players and coaches. Head coach Kurt Ramler hits the field with his players to pass along some football knowledge to us in this week's instructional.
Hi, I'm Kurt Ramler, the head football coach here at St. Scholastica. We're going to talk a little bit today about great pass catching techniques used today in the game by Andrew Smith and Jason Keselowskis. This is
Levi Bean, and I'm from Buffalo, Minnesota.
he's gonna demonstrate our around-the-clock catching drill that we use to emphasize catching the ball out in front of our body, focusing our eyes on the X as we catch it, ball above the waist, making a triangle, below the waist, putting our pinkies together. This is how we drill that. First, we'll start at 12 o'clock. Then we'll go around the clock, try to get one in each quadrant. The receiver should really be focusing and overtraining his eyes during this time. Make sure you're really vicing it. Boom. So go all the way around the clock this way. And then I'll ask the receiver to turn. Doesn't matter which. Keep going that way. They say there are roughly 16 different ways to catch the ball. This gets most of them. Then we'll go the other way. And the last part of it is the over-the-shoulder catch, where the receiver will keep his arms pumping. And what we say at St. Scholastica is when you think you're supposed to reach for it, we want 2 more digs and a stab. 2 more digs and a stab. So we're really working on that right now with Levi. Over your left shoulder. Get him going. Nice. Get him going. Nice. Nice. Good job. The other shoulder. Nice job. We also really believe in next time coaching at St. Scholastica, so if something wasn't quite right, I'll tell Mr. Bean, next time you wait a little bit longer and stab a little bit later. So next time, Levi, keep him going a little bit longer. Get him going. That's the one. So that's part of the basics of pass catching at St. Scholastica. What'd you think?
Worked out great.
Not bad. Good job. Thank you.
Coming up next, we get to know one of the senior leaders. That's next on Inside the Huddle with St. Scholastica. Inside the Huddle is brought to you by the College of St. Scholastica, offering personal tours for prospective students anytime, including at an open house on Sunday, November 2nd. Register at visit.css.edu. Basketball teams got started on October 15th, while the men's and women's hockey teams started practice on the 20th. The men's basketball team placed 4th in the league last season, but returned most of its starters in what should be a wide-open UMAC race.
The women's basketball team also returns a lot and finished second in the league last season. Both teams open up at home with the men on November 15th and the women on the 22nd. Also opening at home will be the men's and women's hockey teams this Friday. The men advanced to the conference tournament championship last season, while the women finished runners-up during the regular season in the Northern Collegiate Hockey Association. For all your Saint Scholastica athletics information, be sure to check out csssaints.com.
Welcome back to Inside the Huddle with Saint Scholastica. I'm your host, Angie Vestris. A high-powered offense is always entertaining to watch, but nothing in football beats a shutdown defense. Limiting and frustrating the opposing offense is the #1 way to bring success, and the Saints have a defender who creates plenty of headaches for his opponents.
Matt Pint, linebacker, Anoka, Minnesota. This wasn't even on my radar, really. I was gonna be a swimmer, actually. And then my buddy Ben, who's also on the team, said, hey, you should look into Saint Scholastica. Two other of my buddies, Spencer Specht and Tony Bush, were coming up here too. So I was like, yeah, I'll check it out. It's in Duluth. It seems like a good area. And Coach Carlson, we talked for a little bit, and he convinced me that it would be a good program because it's just starting over, and it would be a good chance to start a legacy, per se, here. And I got excited about that, and I had some really good friends that were coming here, so this became an easy decision. Growing up as a child, I was always a red striper, always. I was always a bigger kid, so I was always on the line. And then around 6th grade, Ben Britton, the guy I was talking about who talked to me about coming up here, his dad was our football coach, and he wanted me to switch to running back. And I was like, oh, sure, I guess I can do that. So I switched, he gave me the number 23, and ever since then, that's how it's been. Up to high school, I was always 23, stayed at running back, really enjoyed it. But I came up here, played running back for 3 years, and then Coach Ramler asked me to switch to linebacker this year for the betterment of the team, which of course I had no problem doing. And so that's where I've been this year, trying to relearn a new position. But it's been going well, it's a learning experience, it's been fun. It's nice having a challenge. And since I've been here, we haven't lost in the UMAC championship yet, and so I'm extremely excited with the opportunity to come back and win a 4th straight UMAC championship. And not a lot of people have the opportunity to even win 1, so having the chance to win 4 every year that I've been here is very cool. And with the guys that I've been with, yeah, it'd mean the world, to be honest. I decided to be a nursing major because I have a lot of background with family being in and out of hospitals. I have an aunt who died of cancer, an uncle who died of cancer, and my dad has cancer. So it's kind of always been, being in hospitals and being around the medical field has always kind of been part of who I am, per se. And I enjoy puzzles and trying to figure things out, so it was kind of just natural that I gravitated towards nursing. I mean, when my dad first got his cancer, I was pretty young, so I don't remember a whole lot around that time. But I remember being in the hospital with him and being kind of in awe of the area and the doctors and whatnot. I didn't really know, per se, what was going on, and the doctors had the big physical force behind them, like they're the powering. And the nurses were always kind of more soft and outspoken, and they were there most of the time. So I do remember there was this one nurse, just the way she handled herself and went the extra mile to like make sure my dad was okay and to make sure like us kids were entertained, even though she didn't really have to. And she was busy on her shift, and she'd still stop by and make sure me, my brother, and my sister were okay. And I mean, it was pretty cool. I'd say my teammates definitely have been a very, very supportive group, seniors especially. Pete Stanley, T.R.P. and those guys, I can always talk to them about anything regarding my dad. Some of my nursing classmates actually started a caring bridge site for my dad without telling me and tried to raise money for him. And then after like 2 weeks, I found out about it. And there was a bunch of students at Scholastica that were in it, not just nursing students or football players, but some other students that I'm not necessarily friends with, but I've met, were on there and were trying to help me. So that was pretty emotional. And I don't necessarily know if that would happen in other schools. I think Scholastica it's small enough where we're really a family here.
Coming up next, we preview what lies ahead for the Saints. That's next on Inside the Huddle with Saints Scholastica.
Inside the Huddle is brought to you by the College of Saints Scholastica, offering personal tours for prospective students anytime, including at an open house on Sunday, November 2nd. Register at visit.css.edu.
Welcome back to Inside the Huddle with Saints Scholastica. I'm your host, Angie Avestris. The Saints are entering the final and most critical stage in the season, and that includes Saturday's game, a final road test at Minnesota Morris. A game this late in the season is of the utmost importance. Todd Foltz rejoins Coach Ramler to preview the Saints' upcoming week.
Coach, congratulations. You're 8-0 on the season. Pretty good start, but we know the most important part of the year is just a few weeks away.
Well, there's no more important game than the game right in front of you. We got to take care of business this week. It's always a tough battle. Teams tend to bring their A game against us. We'll hope to rally and play our best football.
You're on the road, last road game of the year, all the way up to Minnesota Morris. Now, Morris sits at the bottom of the UMAC standings. How do you keep your team focused on playing the game and not focusing on their record?
Well, I think we've learned this season that if we don't play our best game, anything can happen. We're not worried about other teams. We're worried about us getting better, us playing our best game. That's all that matters to us, and I think we've gotten better each week because of our guys. They buy into that.
Now, we talk about getting better each week, and we've had some phenomenal highlights this year, but as a coach, I know that you sit there and have a lot of things you're trying to improve on. What are a couple of the things that you need to improve on as you make this stretch into the potential NCAA playoffs?
Yeah, well, we had a good day today in terms of taking care of the ball. I don't think we put it on the ground with a fumble. We did throw one pick, but it was a miscommunication pick. Perhaps two. One was batted. We've got to be better at that. We got to take care of the ball. Our defense created some turnovers. We got to continue that. Special teams really shoring up some of our just finer points. Right now, it's not about the big picture of the schemes. It's about being really good at those schemes themselves.
Minnesota Morris does not have a lot to play for in this game except to take on the champ,
right,
to take on the top team in the conference. What are you going to do to get your team fired up early in the game to not give them hope?
Well, we talk about the fact that you only get so many games. That's it, and the game should get you up for the game. Our guys love to play football. You only get so many games in your life, so when you got a game, you got a play in front of you, you rock that play no matter what, and that's what we'll do. We'll continue to do that.
It's a beautiful night, Saturday night here in Duluth. Big crowd, great excitement, wonderful atmosphere. And one of the things that I found most interesting is not only do you have great fan support, student body support, but the support goes all the way up the administration. And from President Dr. Larry Goodwin to Don Olson, your athletic director, there's great support, but there's also this desire to win, this commitment to winning. And I know that the expectation is, along with your fans and your administration, that you're going to produce victories. How does that affect you, having that support as a coach?
Well, one of the things that I think is tremendous about Scholastica is that, and this, I was told this by President Goodwin. He said at Scholastica, if we're going to do something, we're going to do it really well. That's what this college believes in. And I think it's no different, whether it be our biology department, whether it be our nursing department, whether it be football, whatever sport it happens to be, we want to do it as well as we can. So it's kind of a institutional championship mentality.
And we couldn't talk this week, or couldn't leave this week without talking about the great article in the Star and Tribune on page 1A, front page, of one of your assistant coaches, your kicking coach,
Yeah.
Sister Lisa. Can you talk a little bit about the impact she's had on your team this year?
Yeah, well, it's just been wonderful having Coach Maurer be a part of the program. She's done an absolutely exceptional job with our All-American kicker, Mr. Theismann, who actually broke the school record today, the 48-yard field goal. Nice job, Mikey T. Nice job, Coach Maurer. That's a testament to those two and how hard they work. She's just a joy to be around. She makes us better, and she's a brilliant coach.
In addition to the great support from your staff, this week you've been battling with some of the challenges within your staff. One of your staffers is battling cancer right now. Marissa Edwards, I know it's been a tough week for you. How is she doing, and your team, how are they fighting through this adversity?
Well, we feel grateful at Scholastica to have great support, and Marissa is a superstar in our athletic department. And she's normally at the games. Right now she's down in Rochester at Mayo, going through the last part of her treatment, and we're all pulling for her on the football team. We wish her the best, and our thoughts are with her.
Great way to do it with a 59-0 victory. And now you head into your final road trip of the year, and then we'll see you back here in 2 weeks to take on Greenville, most likely for the conference championship. So congratulations on the win tonight, Coach, and good luck on the road.
Thanks a lot.
That will do it for this week's edition of Inside the Huddle with Saints Scholastica, your weekly look inside the Saints football program. To follow the football program and all Saints sports, visit csssaints.com. For Todd Foltz and Coach Ramler, I'm Angie Avestris. Thanks for joining us on Inside the Huddle with Saints Scholastica.